everyone. Welcome back. It is Wednesday. It is time for another review, our final review of the week, except this one is a super review, our Super Wednesday, our wild Super Wednesday. We are reviewing both Wrestling Dontaku shows on one shot. We're going to breeze through some of the other matches, but we're going to go in more in depth on some of the main cards. With me, once again, we have the man who reviews movies, TV shows, wrestling, Sonic the Hedgehog, Knuckles review. Go check that out. That should be out by now. If not, wait for it. It's good. Tune into that. Go check him out. His stuff will be down in the bio. And while you're there, make sure you sub to the Discord server, sub to my check out my Instagram. That's where I post all kinds of stuff in terms of like gaming, wrestling related. I posted why we didn't have a review last week. I mentioned it in the other shows. Monitor issues, internet issues. I did buy myself a brand new monitor. Beautiful gigabyte M27Q, 170 hertz refresh rate. I love it. 1440p. It's beautiful. Now I can see how ugly I actually am. So with that, we got Wrestling Dontaku both nights. We'll get through this. We'll get through this real fast. But before we get into Dontaku, do you want to quickly go over the Stardom show? Like, we won't go match by match, but like, what did you think of the Stardom show? The Stardom show was good. It was good. Mina Shirakawa, the long lost recording. We're talking about Mina Shirakawa. They are really pushing this girl hard, and I'm so happy to see. Like, she is probably the hottest Japanese, and not just in terms of like attractiveness.
She's hot.
She is. Let's not mince words there, not to sound like putty, but she's probably the hottest Japanese woman out there right now in terms of wrestling.
And in terms of hot.
More kawaii than hot, but yeah.
Do you know what? If you're gonna look at Mina Shirakawa come out on AEW and be like, that girl's not hot, you're psychotic.
She's a very attractive girl. I'd put her over Liv Morgan any day.
All right, now we need to get.
What would you score? What would you score Stardom?
No, you score. I'll score first on Dontaku.
Okay, so we'll do Dontaku two separate scores, but I gave this a good solid 7.6.
I was gonna go 7.5. I think it's right there. It's that baseline of good.
So yeah, fun match, and just go watch more Mina Shirakawa.
Yeah,
shout out. She's our new favorite women's wrestler right now. But with that, we'll go right into Dontaku. We'll breeze through this pre-show match. Kato and Oleg Bolton against Murashima and Toge Makabe. Oleg goes over. Oleg is part of your Open Championship, so we'll go through that. House of Torture versus Five Guys. Another like nothing match. Doesn't mean anything. These are just this is what we're talking about. Like, we have names and we got to get them on the card, and this is how we're going to get them on the card. House of Torture, Sho and Takahashi go over. Then we got the other guys from Just Five Guys, Taichi and Yuya Uemura against United Empire and Caleb Newman. This is building up that Yuya and Great Old Khan feud that they've been having, because Yuya beat Khan a few weeks ago for the KOPW championship. So Yuya is your KOPW at the moment, which we'll see again on the next night. Next, we have Gorillas of Destiny, Jado, Hikuleo, and ELP, the only three members that are left in New Japan, which may not be for much longer, against beating Kosei Fujita and Shane Haste and Mikey Nichols again.
Hot dog.
Yeah. Bullet Club, Ishimori, Kenta, and Chase Owens against Tiger Mask and Bishamon. This sets up the next night, which we'll talk about later. And then we have a 8-man tag match: Naito, Shingo, Takahashi, and Bushi against other members of the Bullet Club: Gato, Clark Connors, Drilla Maloney, and Gabe Kidd. LIJ go over again. Yay. Then we go House of Torture again: Evil, Narita, and Kanemaru against El Desperado, Shota Umino, and John Moxley. Let's stop here, because this one was kind of fun.
Okay, but I'm also getting tired of lifting my arms up, so I'm okay with stopping here. Yeah, it was okay.
It was okay. This was kind of fun. This is setting up the match tomorrow night, which was on the next show of Dontaku, which was John Moxley versus Ren Narita for the championship. Jeff Cobb facing Zack Sabre Jr. for the New Japan World Television Championship. Every time these two get together, that's always good.
That was a good match.
Jeff Cobb looks like a badass with that mustache.
He looks pretty cute.
I really liked ELP on commentary.
I like Jeff Cobb tomorrow on commentary.
Yes, he was good too. He's very eloquent for a
giant man.
But this was good. And surprisingly, Surprisingly, Jeff Cobb goes over. He's your new champion.
Yeah, too much passing of the belt. I don't care anymore. I'm glad he won, but like too much.
I think this passing of the belt to Cobb is too little, too late. This should have been done last year when they
There
had that
shouldn't have
match.
been a Zack Sabre Jr. 2 week run in between situations here. Like Matt
Yeah,
Riddle should have lost to Jeff Cobb. That's a story.
that's a story. That's exactly it. Former partners, former partners. Then we are getting after that, Jeff Cobb is your new champion. He beats him with just under a minute or just over a minute left. So he didn't need the 20 minutes this time. But David Finlay versus Yota Tsuji. This is David Finlay avenging his loss against Yota Tsuji, I guess. That's what they were telling.
Whatever. It
Yeah.
wasn't like a bad match. I just didn't want to watch this match.
Yeah, there's too many matches and it's too many. I've noticed this about New Japan. It's too many factions versus factions and they're all facing each other and the storylines right now aren't going anywhere. You
Pre
got
John Moxley match where you made us stop and talk
Mhm.
about this pay-per-view was a 5.
Yeah,
Like legitimately a 5 out of 10. I would absolutely not recommend fucking
no.
watching it up to that point.
The second half of the show was much better. Um, so David Finlay beats Yota Tsuji and he makes this challenge a vague challenge, which doesn't really pay off until at the end of the show. So with that, we're going to go into our main event, which is Nick Nemeth defending the IWGP Global Heavyweight Championship against Hiroshi Tanahashi. And oh my God, was I so worried that Tanahashi was going to win this match.
Yeah, so was I, and also Tanahashi sucks.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you're a legend, but give it up.
It's there's a situation of like being a legend and then also still being able to wrestle.
Yeah,
You cannot wrestle anymore, and I think that you want to sell your name value to on small shows. That's fine for me. You want to be on a pre-show or you want to
6-man
fight a
tag
match that
matches to
doesn't
put some
matter.
shine on
Yeah,
Bolton.
6-man tag matches, sure. Don't be in my main event.
Like you could see Ziggler had to slow down and put it at a slower pace for Tanahashi for this match.
In my opinion, this is Dolph Ziggler just like knocking a thing off his
Bucket
bucket
list.
list.
Yeah.
Because Tanahashi is that guy. It's
Yeah.
just,
To
you
say that
know,
you beat Tanahashi, there's not
yeah.
that many people that can say that.
It would be like the equivalent of being in WWE and getting to wrestle Shawn Michaels or someone like
Yeah.
that.
But even Shawn Michaels, he knows not to get back in the ring anymore.
No, the funniest thing is watching any of the 4 of them talk about that tag match they had. Undertaker, Kane, Hunter, and
Yeah.
him. Like they're like it was the worst thing I've ever
The
was
one it's
part
the
of.
Saudi Arabia show. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Taker got concussed and that's what they all decided. Okay, I think we're done.
Yeah.
Kane went on to be mayor in Knox County, Tennessee.
Sure.
I wonder if he starts every like mayoral meeting with the flames and
He does.
takes off the mask.
I've
But
seen.
uh, this was not a bad match. I put not bad, but not great.
Nope. And yeah.
Tanahashi, like, I'm sorry, but the high fly flow off the middle of the ropes that's not a high fly flow anymore.
It's
That's
a
like,
low
I
fly
can't,
flow.
yeah, that's a mid fly because like we get it. Your knees are shot. If you can't do the move anymore, I get it. That's a signature move.
Buddy, you literally grabbed KG Muto and pulled him down from doing a moonsault when you should have just
Yes,
let the fucker do it.
he probably could have done it.
He could have done it. What are you talking? He was one of the greatest wrestlers of all time.
He
Listen.
invented.
Oh, sorry. Kick that. This we talk. He's a legend. He's a legend. He's a
Yes,
legend.
let's
Okay.
not
He's
mince
not
words
on a
here.
caliber of KG Muto. Not even close.
No.
He's as big as he is because he's in the dead era of New Japan Wrestling and he was all they had.
Yeah.
Like not that he's bad, but he's doesn't belong in the category of like the greatest of all time, in my opinion.
Yeah. He's
He is
no
a
Ricky
legend.
Choshu. He's no, yeah.
Exactly. He's not a fucking Masahiro Chono,
Chono. Yeah.
Masawa, or like
Any
those
of those
guys.
guys. Yeah.
Kobashi.
But yeah, but I mean, it was what it was. And like I said, my biggest fear going into this was Tanahashi was going to win it because I got to win all the belts. But
Okay.
fortunately for us,
Refrain.
yes, he
Restrain.
showed some restraint. Nick Nemeth does go over. He is still your champion. Cuts a little promo in the ring, and who should come out but David Finlay? He wants his rematch now that he's ready for it.
Yeah, cockatoo Finley.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next day.
All right, what's your score on this night?
6.5.
I gave it the exact same thing, a 6.5
No fucking way.
up until like that Moxley match. I was like, this is shit.
It was awful.
It's like basically, it's like, yeah, let's
How are you gonna make me sit somewhere for 2 hours and literally offer me nothing?
and you know what killed me even more was between that right before that Moxley match, there was a 45-minute intermission. Luckily, I did not watch it live and I was able to just scrub right through the whole thing.
Yeah. Well, shout out to Nostalgia Critic because we watch it, so you don't have to.
Have to. Exactly. Exactly. So don't watch the last three matches. They were worthwhile, but the rest of the card's not worth it. Night 2, more of the same. Mushimura and Toge
Got to
Makabe,
do
this
this
time
again.
against Jetway and some guy, Naoki Sakajimura. I never heard of a
Hey, I
Sakajimura.
like those guys.
They got some guys in the Young Lions camp now they got some potential.
Yeah, the one guy, Jet Setter, is from
Taiwan, I think.
Taiwan.
Yeah.
And the other guy is a local area Japanese wrestling legend from wherever Dontaku was.
Yeah. But
Probably Dontaku, Texas. I'm sure that's like where it was.
yeah, Texas. Yeah, it's exactly it. And then on the pre-show, you're getting your New Japan Strong Tag Team Champions against Shoma Kato and Tiger Mask.
That was fun though.
It was fun.
That was fun. The popcorn and like they
Yeah,
didn't care.
they didn't care. Yeah, they totally didn't give a shit. As of the recording tonight, I think they're defending the belts against God tonight
Yeah,
on, was it Resurgence?
Resurgence.
Yeah. So tune in next week for that review. United Empire, Great Khan and Akira against Yuya and Doki. Again, it's the same match as the last night, except you swapped out Caleb Newman for Francesco Akira. Then you got your team. This is your team. Ichiban Sweet Boys against United Empire, Caleb Newman, and Jeff Cobb. This is basically a rematch.
I kind of like this one.
This one was a good match. And anytime you got Fujita and Zack Sabre Jr. together, you know it's going to be good.
Zach or Jack.
Zach or Jack, either one. But what happened here is this is setting up. I noticed in this match, Fujita no longer wears the black trunks. He's got the TMDK trunks on now.
Oh yeah,
Orange.
he's all the way. He has a new name now too. Japanese. Look it up. It's Japanese punk boy or something.
Okay. Well,
the Japanese punk or something like that.
Okay. Well, I can see it right now.
Timmy's looking it up.
Timmy's gonna look it up. But no, it doesn't say anything on the. But this is setting up the Jeff Cobb versus Kosei Fujita, and I think we're gonna get another quick change with this one at Dominion. What do you think they're gonna be a belt change with that again? Or do you think this feud's gonna go a little longer?
I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I don't want to speculate because I just don't know.
Now here's a random pairing. You got God, Shota Umino, and El Desperado against House of Torture, Evil, Sho, Kanemaru, and Takahashi with our boy Dick to go.
Dick to go?
Yep. I don't know where he's going, but anyway,
oh my god,
this was a match. This made no sense to me. This match.
None of these matches make sense.
No. Again, but at least these matches tonight were more entertaining and better than the pre-matches on yesterday's show. And no longer on the pre-show, Oleg Boltin, because I guess Tanahashi didn't want to be on the pre-show, and Tanahashi against Taka Michinoku and Tai Chi. This is what we were talking about the other night with the flab off. The abs flab.
I didn't like this match, and it felt long.
It was very long. It was 9 minutes. It was 8 minutes too long. But of course, Tanahashi can't lose, and he gets the pin. Avenge his loss from yesterday.
Yeah, but at least there was like a really weird walkout that lasted forever of like zooming in on one person's face and then zooming in on the other person's face.
But at least give it this. At least they gave our boy Oleg some shine here.
That's what this is all about.
Yeah. Would have been better if he got the pin, but
Can't pin Taichi.
no. Okay. LIJ against Bullet Club. Once again, Bushi, Takahashi, Tsuji, and Naito against Gato, Connors, Maloney,
A
and Ishii.
match. It was a match.
It was a match.
People fought.
So this is where the intermission was, and with that, we're getting to the better portion of the show. Bullet Club against Bishamon for the IWGP Tag Team Championships.
It was a really good match.
This was the best I've seen Chase Owens ever.
This match was fucking amazing. This is the best fucking tag match New Japan has had in like a long time.
Long time. Not tag match of the year, but this is the best New Japan tag match I've seen in a long time. But it was it told a great in-ring story. Like I said, Chase Owens looked great in this match. I don't know where he found this. Like,
what was the point of taking the titles off of them?
When now they are, spoilers, Bullet Club are your new champions.
Why can't people hold belts for more than 1 week?
This is going somewhere
Japan?
Because now you have Connors and was it Connors and Maloney?
Yeah.
Are your junior tags, and you have the OG Bullet Club members with
Apples and Bologna.
And something we'll get into later in the show as well. But I think this is going somewhere. But again, this was a fantastic match. Not too short, not too long. 13 minutes was the perfect amount of time. Told a great story in the ring. And Bullet Club are your new champions, which, if you ask me, they shouldn't have taken them off in the first place. It devalues your belts, I think.
Also, can we talk about how once again Bishamon won a title and on their first defense lost the title?
This was their second defense.
Oh, I forgot they did win that other match.
Yes. But with that, we are going into Shingo Takagi defending the Never Openweight Championship against Gabe Kidd.
Better than I thought it would be, but I'm still not high on Gabe Kidd.
I honestly think Kidd's going to beat Kingston tonight.
I hope so. Is it for the belt? I hope so.
And this is telling a story I think is going to be telling later. But again, this was your typical meat match.
Do you want to know why I think it's going to come later? Do you want me to spoil everything for you? I think the 5th member of the Elite in that match is going to be Gabe Kidd.
You think Kidd's leaving?
I don't think he's leaving. I think for what random reason is Eddie Kingston in that match?
True.
Right? They need a 5th guy. Adam Page doesn't make sense in it.
No.
Because the storytelling just doesn't work.
It doesn't work that way.
It's not going to be double broken ankle fucking guy that I can't remember his name from Japan. I think it's going to be Gabe Kidd.
Okay.
Gabe Kidd and the Elite versus because don't forget Jack Perry's in Japan, right? Unless it's going to be Evil.
Well, right now you got Okada, Perry, Matt Jackson, and Nick Jackson.
Yeah, and then the other team is FTR,
Danielson, Kingston, and FTR,
and Kenny Omega.
Kenny Omega's not cleared.
So they planned this so that in case he was in it, it would come, and if it wasn't, he's not going to be. So what if that team gets Hangman Page,
which would make sense,
and then the other team gets Gabe Kidd?
That would make sense. But right now, it's a
Bullet Club. The Young Bucks are heels now. They could still be associated with Bullet Club.
Bullet Club, yeah. The card's shaping up to be a decent card.
It's a pretty decent card, but we're not talking about that.
No, we'll talk about the bad card that we're watching right now. So, I mean, we got Shingo Takagi, Gabe Kidd. I mean, this was the best Gabe Kidd match I've seen, though.
Okay, fine. I'll let you have that.
Okay. But Shingo Takagi retains. I think this is setting up for
I can't believe they let someone hold on to a belt.
Right? With that, we're going to go into our next match. Dave Finlay versus Nick Nemeth for the IWGP Global Heavyweight Championship. This was a
good match.
This was a really good match. This is probably the second best Nick Nemeth match I've seen since leaving WWE, and both matches have been against. Are you sure that's good?
No, it's not.
How long has that been sitting there?
It smells like plastic.
Second best match between for Nick Nemeth, and both matches were against.
I was
David
worried
Finley?
you were gonna say best Nick Nemeth match of all time, and I was like, oh shit, this guy's really going out
No,
there. No,
no,
it was
no, no.
good. It was a good match. I like it.
Yeah. And it told a great story. This leads me to the fact that Nick Nemeth now is done in Japan
I think so.
because
He got
uh,
his thing and he's done.
David Finley
Just
wins, and
he's gonna make one or two defenses of the AAA belt, and then he's gonna lose that as well, and he's gonna stay focused either
on
in
Moose.
impact. Yeah, and he's gonna win that belt to get that over, and then I think because he's not actually signed to them, I think he's gonna go to like Ring of Honor or AEW.
Okay. Yeah, because
Like
he's a free
he
agent right now.
right
He's
now he's
not.
doing like a stat padding thing, right?
Yeah,
And I think eventually he wants to end up somewhere getting paid contractually just to like
and that's why
wrestle.
he's kind of been around with his brother a lot lately.
Yeah.
Because is his brother still contracted to AEW as
I don't
well?
think so, but I think he's obviously friends with the Bucks and he could get back in if he wants.
Yeah. But David Finley is your new champion. Let's hope David Finley holds on to this belt a little longer. It's pretty quick they took it off him.
Yeah, but wasn't it because he got injured?
Yes and no, because he was scheduled for the what is it? What was that tournament?
Like I'm surprised this belt
The
came out at what
New
year?
Japan tournament. This was the first defense. This was Wrestle Kingdom where they
Wrestle
announced
Kingdom.
it.
So less than a year, this belt's been out. I'm honestly surprised it hasn't had 9 holders at this point.
Yeah, you've only had two.
But three,
Within 5 months, David Finley is already a two-time champion,
yeah.
which I don't mind it. You change the belt and then he won it back. That's
Bring back Juice Robinson.
he's hurt still
I
though,
know. I just want juice. I want the
and he's
juice.
going to be out for a while still.
I saw someone made a list of like Bullet Club. I think it was Parts of Unknown. Like all the Bullet Club members, and it was up to prior to the change from Jay
Mhm.
White. So it's Jay White's still the leader. And they had Juice Robinson at like number 21 out of 30 members. And I was like,
No,
are you crazy? He's
rock hard.
rock
No,
hard.
no, no. I'd at least put him in the top 15,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
like 13, 12, somewhere in there. Like obviously Balor's got to be number one,
He
at least for
was.
me.
Balor was number one.
Probably AJ number two,
I don't know if AJ was number two.
maybe Omega number two.
I think Omega was number three. It might have been like Bad Luck Fale because it was based on like their service to
Their
like the thing and
longevity.
like what
Okay.
they meant to
So
like.
if you guys want to see tier listing all the Bullet Club members, let me know down in the comments below. Me and Campbell will get that video
We're
up for
gonna
you.
do it anyways, so you
We're
don't
gonna
even
do
have
it
to
anyway.
tell
So
us.
we,
But
you
you just
just,
tell
but
us.
just tell us anyway. Okay.
Okay. Anyways, what are we talking about here? This match
The
is
main
over.
event.
Yeah, he wins. Okay, next match.
Main event. John Moxley defending against Renderita, IWGP World
Really
Heavyweight
good
Champion.
match. It was a really good match.
Where is this John Moxley coming from? He
Where is
lost
this
his hair.
Renderita coming from?
That too.
We watched Renderita be a goofarello for fucking the longest time now, and then put on a fucking banger match. Like, holy
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
And it was a
he was good
fantastic.
against Suzuki.
And I think that's where this Renderita resurgence has started. I think this is going to lead to something bigger.
I think Evil's getting kicked out of House of Torture.
Maybe. I think this is going to lead to Narita versus Umino feud for the belt.
Okay, I'll take it. But Umino's not winning tonight.
No, he's not winning tonight. I think it's going to happen like at something like maybe Forbidden Door.
Or All In.
Yeah. Or Dominion.
Yeah, that's a good choice too.
So, I mean, they don't have the cards set up for that yet, but that should be coming up
New
soon.
Japan is almost through everything big, eh? What's left
Yeah.
after Dominion? There's only one other big pay-per-view, right?
They do got a Forbidden Door in June, Capital Collision in August, and they're planning on another historic crossover
Okay.
with TNA. I don't know how good that'll be.
Wait, historic crossover with TNA, not Stardom?
Oh, historic crossover too with Stardom. Yeah. But I mean, other than that, that's the show. Night 2 better than night 1. What would you score in
7.
it? 7? Yeah, I gave it a 7-1. I was up there too. Like I said, the first half of the show was meh. The second half really impressed me, and this has been the story of New Japan lately.
But this is the thing that with New Japan that matters. The beginning of all of them is meh, but if the meh is good enough that the second half being strong it adds to it,
Mm-hmm.
it's a winner. When the meh at the beginning is trash and the second half is also trash, then it equals trash.
Yeah. Which there have been a few of them, like New Year's Dash this year. And New Beginning. All the new beginnings, really.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have anything else.
Yeah. But other than that, guys, thanks again for joining us. Tune in next week. We will have our review of Resurgence. I think that's the only show next week.
I
So
believe.
we got a light week next week. So tune in next week for that. And then the week after that, that's a big one. We got King and Queen of the Ring, and we got Double or Nothing. So tune in. Make sure you have that bell rung for notifications. Tune into the Discord. Tune into everything so you are up to date with all our wrestling reviews. I know we're a little late on these, but I appreciate your patience. So with that out of the way, in the words of Kenny Omega, goodbye